You did get really drunk that night. Yes.
I did.
And then it's our wedding day. Now.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Now.
Yes.
Hey, Desties and bride friends. Welcome back to the Desti Guide to Destination Weddings. This is part 3. Actually, this is not just part 3. This is the finale of my what was supposed to be 100 facts and has turned into a 1,000,000 fact deep dive of my Desti wedding with my hubby. So although it's part 3, this is absolutely a standalone episode just like the others. So part 1 is focused on the planning, the budgeting, choosing our destination, vendors, guests, and all of that. Part 2 was all about the details, the gown, tux, decor, traveling, the actual wedding week events leading up to the big day. And now we are here and we're digging into our big Desti wedding day. So, of course, we talk about the ceremony, we talk about the reception, the cocktails, surprises, additional tidbits, what we would have done differently, and more. We wrap things up all in a pretty bow for you. So I've said it before, but if there's any episodes that you want to watch or listen to with your boo, it is these. I'll also link to all episodes in the description of wherever you're watching or listening. And all details are available in Destiland. The link is in the description too. Okay, so interviews are returning next week. So make sure that you subscribe and ding that bell so that you know whenever a new episode drops. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And if you're brand new, give me that hashtag I'm a Desti and let me know when and where you're getting married. I love getting to know new bride friends, so give me all the details. And the more that I know, the more that I can help you. And I really just want to thank you so much for spending this time with us. We really spent hours digging into every single detail. So I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed recording it for you. So back to us, the Allens, telling you exactly how we planned our destination wedding in Riviera Maya, Mexico. Enjoy!
Saturday.
Yeah, I'll help you out. I'll start you out on this. Okay, so next fact. What's the next one? Come on. Whoop-ha!
Whoop-ha? Chandler?
Listen, Emily found this wedding dress in London.
Already?
Yeah, but it didn't fit. Well, luckily, there's a store here that has one left in her size, but I'm the groom. I'm not supposed to see the dress.
I'll pick it up for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, she's got you running errands, picking up wedding dresses.
Whoop-ha! What's whoop-ha?
Whipped.
Whoop-ha! It's not whipped. Whipped is...
That's what I did.
Whoop-ha! You can't do anything!
All right, next fact.
Next fact is we use the same transportation company that from Friday and Saturday. So on Friday, the company that we use to bring our guests into town for our party is the same transportation company that we used for our wedding as well. So they just were familiar with us. They already knew us, and they handled it all
So familiar
for us.
with us that they charged us a fee on the wedding day because the day before we were late.
Did they?
We've been over this. Yes. So due to logistical mistakes on our part.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Not realizing
Proximity.
how close things were. We were late the night of the white party, leaving the hotel to go to downtown Playa. And
that's my fault.
Well, it's kind of both of our fault because Omi was going back and forth from downtown to the resort when really she should have just stayed downtown. But we didn't realize in planning like where things were. Yeah. So Omi ends up running late again because of the decisions that we had made. And so the transportation company waited at least a half hour, probably longer, to leave the resort. You know, everything's on a schedule to go to downtown Playa, and
which ended up making our dinner late too. Everything was 30
everything
minutes
late. At least it was probably an hour, I think, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But the people at Carboncitos were super duper cool. They let us extend our time there for an hour, which they didn't have to do. No. But we were late. And the next day, when they came to pick me and the guests up for the actual wedding, because Omi was elsewhere, they kindly let me know that I owed them a late fee because we put them behind. They had other stuff to do that night. And so I happily paid it because they were very nice about it. And that was that. But don't think you're going to run late and push people behind schedule, especially your transportation people, and not suffer any consequences. We had to pay late charges. It was a flat fee for every car that we used. Yeah, I think it was like $25 per vehicle, and I think there were 3 vehicles or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Be on time, peoples.
Be on time, people.
Yeah, that was a theme.
That is a theme. How about that?
Yeah, my wife is late a lot. Not disrespectfully late, but
I think Dusty lovers know that at this point.
Yeah.
Dusty hour starts probably a good. I'm getting better. Probably like in the 5-minute range, 5 to 10 minute range.
Much like a budget with my wife, a time is a suggestion. It's
oh
not a
wow!
real thing. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. It's a starting point for you. It's a negotiation jump off.
That makes sense. Yeah, that sounds about right. You know, there's
7 o'clock. Okay, all right. Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Yeah,
7:15.
I like to say we're shooting for it. We're shooting for it. That's the thing.
Well, for your wedding, don't shoot for it. Actually do it, or be prepared to pay. Literally pay the consequences.
Literally pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, they didn't come to me with that.
No.
I guess I wasn't there either. So.
You were not.
So we did say it, but I had a bridal suite. So what we decided on, we did not spend the night together.
We did not.
So we decided for to get a bridal suite closer to the venue. So it's basically a halfway point, which ended up being in Playa del Carmen. Because we had Secrets, we had Blue Venado, and then we had my spot. It was actually El Taj, is where we stayed, where I stayed.
Yeah, so on the map, it's you got Cancun up here north, a little bit south. You have Secrets, a little bit more south. You got Playa del Carmen, a little bit more south. You had our venue, Blue Venado. Yeah.
Yes.
So you stayed in Playa.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be a bit closer. And it turned out that was basically El Taj where I stayed, and then Carboncitos was right here. So what I did was I traveled from here to Secrets when I should have just stayed here and then could have literally just walked. But we found that out later. Anyway, that is not a fact, but it is now. So we had the bridal suite. That was a question that was asked. So
I don't want people to be confused by what she just said.
Aww.
She did that the night of the white party, like that day.
Yes, that was why we were tardy, because I was taking my time, and then also I went to check in at El Taj, and I thought I had to return to Secrets to get the transportation company to take us to our restaurant, not knowing that the restaurant was extremely close to where I already was. So I could have just stayed. They could have traveled and then met me there, and it would have been no problem. Instead, waited for a cab, did all of that, wasn't dressed. It was a whole thing. If you really want to know the details, that's on the... I completely blogged about that on the Black Desti blog, so I'll link to that as well.
Desti grooms out there watching.
And brides.
No, I'm talking to my fella. Can I talk to my fellas without you trying to throw the brides in all the time? To my grooms, my fellas.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Be prepared to have your patience level up here, higher than it normally is, because at the end of the day, you want your bride, your wife, to feel loved and comfortable and all these things. And things are going to happen. Your wife's going to be running late. She's going to want to make sure her makeup is cool. She's going to want to make sure, her
shoes are right.
Her shoes are right. And yes, let me not put a gender on it. It could be flipped. My Desti brides out there, your groom might be, he might be running late, all these things. At the end of the day, it's about you two enjoying your weekend together. Don't turn on each other is what I'm trying to say. Things are going to happen. You might get frustrated with her. She might get frustrated with you. Whatever the case may be, stay together. Remember why you're there. And I think we did a good job of that.
Yeah. And brides could get mad at brides and grooms could get mad at grooms.
Absolutely.
Too.
For all of our LGBTQ couples out there, bride to bride, groom to groom, however you want to do it.
Just be patient with your partner.
Be patient with your partner. Yes. Yeah. Be patient with your partner. No specific gender stereotypes associated with anything.
None here. No.
Yeah.
Accurate. Alone time is hard to come by. So, we definitely didn't get a lot of alone time, but you made a decision for our wedding day that gave you some alone time. Yeah. You want to talk about that?
Yes. So, I decided to have a private transportation from the hotel to the wedding venue the day of the wedding. So, like we said, Omi was staying in El Taj, which was in downtown Playa. She was with her people, and I was at the resort with all of our other guests. And so I traveled with all of our other guests from the hotel to the wedding venue, but I took my own shuttle. I had a big shuttle all to myself. And it was one of the best decisions that we made because alone time is hard to find. And I'll tell you why. It's because your guests they're there for you. They're there to spend time with you. They want to see you. They want to talk to you. They want to know how you're feeling. Like, your people love you and they're coming there to be with you. And so, we're beach people. So when we go somewhere and there's a beach, you're going to find us on the beach.
Yes.
And
easy to find us.
Easy to find us. And the morning of the wedding, I had all of the plans to just go on the beach, sit in our cabana, and have my time for myself. And it didn't happen like that because our guests were like everywhere, floating around. And when they saw me on the beach, they wanted to talk and how you feeling and da-da-da. And it was dope. And I engaged in all of that. And I knew in the back of my mind I had that time. I had that ride. And it worked out really, really well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Great idea. Probably the only time I was alone. Like,
in general, probably.
In general.
Outside of sleeping alone. Yeah. You could have stayed in the room, but you didn't know.
Yeah. I didn't want to stay in the room either. I like to be on the beach.
What was our color scheme?
There was no color scheme. I love this about our wedding. No color scheme. No disrespect to all of you color scheme people, but we really felt like our venue was so beautiful. I mean, that's just a taste of what we were dealing with.
Yeah.
We felt like that should really dictate what people were seeing. Like, we wanted to make our venue, our decor decisions based on what the venue was speaking to, based on what made sense for the venue. And we thought what made sense for the venue was just lots of color.
Yeah.
Like,
in the country, like Mexico, it's colorful.
Yeah. So that was kind of our color scheme. It was bright, it was bold, it was, and we didn't have a bridal party, so it was just my blue tux, her white dress with the pink veils, and then a lot of color with the napkin and the flowers. It was dark wood and
white sand, wool, tan sand,
right.
and
nice bright colors. So
yeah,
no color scheme. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. No color scheme.
None.
We did decide to have an unplugged ceremony.
Also a dope decision.
Yes. Was that like both of it? Who decided? We kind of knew we wanted to do that? Do you remember?
I don't remember how we came to that decision, but we had been to a couple of weddings within, a couple of years before we got married. And we do this. There's no actual reason, but as soon as the bride comes down, just phones go up.
Right in your face.
And
Right.
I think I remember looking at my phone going, I took all these pictures at these people's wedding and I never even gave them these pictures. And they wouldn't want them. They're trash. They're terrible pictures. They have photographers capturing the moment, but for some reason I felt
and
like
why do I have this in my phone?
I needed to capture the moment. I didn't need to capture the moment.
Yeah.
So we felt like, it's one of those moments where it's like you want to do a little bit of thinking for your guests for them. Your guests are going to feel a natural inclination to just pull their phone out.
Right.
When in reality, that's covered. Our photographers are taking care of that. We wanted our guests to be locked into what was happening. Like I said, my playlist was playing. It was killing.
Focus on this playlist.
I wanted them to focus on the vibe. I wanted them to focus on all of it. Take it all in. The music, the love in the music. Take in this beautiful decor that my wife decided on. Like, we've been to some great weddings. And, we don't put ours on. We don't rank it. But we had a dope wedding, man. And a lot of it was about
vibe.
It was a vibe. People say that all the time, but it don't always be true. Our wedding was really a vibe, and that's a super fact.
It was.
Yeah.
We, as far as decor goes, we decided to have papel picado.
Yes.
And that was a thing that really enjoyed. I definitely came up with that one or introduced that one to us, and you were definitely on board with that.
Yeah. For folks who don't know what it is, Google it or something. Maybe you'll put a picture up.
Yes, I will put a picture of it up, but it's a traditional Mexican flag that is up. Any party like a Mexican flag. That's what they kind of call it. They look like flags. They kind of look like flags, sort of. It's a decor thing. I will put a photo up. But if there's a Mexican party, it's known that like Papa Picado was like a thing, so we wanted to make sure that we had that. And then you added the idea of having these lanterns as well, so we kind of alternated between the balls, the lights, and the things. Do you remember that?
I don't remember coming up with that idea now.
Oh yeah, you saw it and you liked it and you wanted that as well.
Yeah,
so
I stole that if I did.
You did. You stole it from a picture.
Steal things. Listen, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want to steal stuff from your friends' weddings, but we stole stuff
like
from
it was in a
strangers'
picture.
weddings.
Yeah, it was in pictures, and I showed you the pictures.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking of that specific thing, or maybe it might have been a picture of like a Blue Venado wedding. You were like, "Ooh, I like that."
I think
that's what it was.
I think that's what it was.
You were like, "Ooh, we can do that too." So we brought things together.
Look at pictures that from other people's weddings at your venue and see what you like and you don't like and take it.
Yeah.
They're not going to be there.
Yep. We had custom napkins.
Yeah.
We did.
You got them from Peru or something. You did something fancy. I don't know where you got them from.
They were from Guatemala.
Napkins from Guatemala. They were dope though. What's the lady name?
Leah.
Shout out to Leah. Man.
Yeah.
She was dope.
Yes, definitely. And Aline Mayan is the name of her place.
Yeah.
Link to that. And we also did the place card settings as well. We gave it kind of ended up being a favor that we didn't even really think about. I feel like we did the little marble place card settings.
Made out of this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same idea as this marble with the script. And the same people made this as well. This was on our sweetheart table as well.
Yeah. You want to talk about how things go wrong and you mentioned that?
No, I didn't, but we should talk about that.
Because things go wrong, right? It's big. Homie's big thing is like nothing's perfect. Don't get it in your head that like our wedding was perfect or that things are going to be perfect. One of our little marble place things that had it also had dots to let you know what meal that person was getting.
Oh yeah.
One of them we forgot.
No, we didn't forget it. It wasn't made.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't made. It wasn't there, and we didn't realize until we got to Mexico.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments where it's like, it's really good to have a wedding planner because she said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. And she did.
Yeah. I cried. Yeah. I cried.
Yeah. I cried.
Is anybody surprised by that?
I did. I found out. Remember that? That was a whole moment. I had a full-on meltdown about that. I cried, and I had to go out on the patio, and you just let me have that moment, and I cried myself to sleep out there.
In that vein, and that was
a mistake, too. I should add that.
In that vein, I'm not going to stick to the fellas here. To my DESTI brides and my DESTI grooms, don't be afraid to keep things from your partner that weekend, okay?
Yeah, I would have cried a lot, I guess, huh?
There was other things that happened that I didn't tell her until honeymoon or later because it wasn't worth what she was going to go through. There were things our guests didn't tell us
that is true.
that were happening. And shout out to them because they knew we didn't need to know.
Yeah, you don't need to know everything.
If you think, you know what, I don't think this is good information for him right now, or I don't think she's gonna handle this well right now.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Maintain the experience. Yeah. I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Make sure
it's okay. You can come clean later.
Yeah. That's accurate. Yes. All right.
Don't try to. I see what you're trying to do. Just let it be. It's taking forever. Like I told her it would, but
yeah, this was gonna happen in an hour. As far as
she thought it was gonna be an hour.
100 things
in an hour.
Yeah.
No. It is what it is.
It is. Are you having fun?
I'm having a great time. Again, I hope y'all are having a great time.
I hope y'all are having a great time.
Because this is like you're getting everything for our wedding.
Yes,
like,
there's so many things I haven't talked about, and I get all of the questions. So now I can go.
Yeah.
Come to this video and get the answer. Or these videos at this point.
Listen, when we were doing this, I said this before, I think, when I was a guest, but I wasn't.
At the Desti Hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we were planning our wedding, this did not exist. And I love information. I love research. I would have loved nothing more than to sit to do dishes and, whatever, do some menial task and listen for 2 hours to people tell me all of the details about what went right, what went wrong, whatever.
Pour some wine and watch it on TV. People
yeah,
do that.
like, because there was none of this. When I'm telling y'all, like, we were looking hard for every piece of information we could find. There was really just a couple of magazines out there, and it doesn't give you the nitty gritty. So I know it's a lot of time, but like, I know I would have loved to hear a couple sit and talk about like
the
real deal from the time that, like, they decided to have a destination wedding until everybody went home. Like, what's a lot of the little things that happen? So
yes, that is why we exist.
That's why she exists.
That's why I exist. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. And now that's what we're here for.
Trying to help the peoples.
Okay.
Yes.
So
how many more do we have?
At this point, it says 8.
We got 8 left?
That's what it says.
8 left, y'all. Hang in there. 8 left.
I'm sure that these numbers are going to be way higher, so this is going to be funny to see where this goes.
1,000 facts about our wedding.
Right. So menu customization. We did customize our menu. We talked about that a bit. But a little bit how you talked about the champagne, how we just decided to do our own thing with that. Yeah. But we went through the menu together, of course, and we sat and we decided on what was what. Yeah. We did not get any of our cocktail. It's not coming.
Somebody's getting tired.
Oh, any of our cocktail menu? We didn't get any of the cocktail food.
Okay, so what my wife is trying to say is that it's really, everybody said it and it was true, which is like, it's really hard to find time to eat on your wedding day. And
we didn't even have a lot of guests.
We didn't. But we basically took our photos throughout the entire cocktail hour. So I think we had a friend bring us like one thing.
I got a drink. Did you get a drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we didn't get to enjoy any of the cocktail hour food. And really, I don't feel like I got to enjoy any of the food, frankly, because you're just kind of on and people want to talk to you and there's things going on. So I don't really feel like, I'm glad we had the tasting. The tasting was our time to really enjoy the food. And it was good. It was good food. We did steak and lobster or we did like a protein. And I think people chose between
we had steak and lobster.
I think people chose between chicken and steak, and then we added lobster to everybody's.
Oh, that sounds right. Right. And then the people who were allergic to shellfish got chicken and steak. That's what we did.
Yeah, that is what happened.
We decided to do that instead. Yeah. And our little dots on our things did say it was like chicken, like 1 for chicken, 2 for steak, and then like 3 for anybody who was allergic to. Yeah, we'll get chicken and steak. That's what we decided on.
That was
like
a random. That was another little extra because we, they were like, oh, you can add lobster to your meal for this. We were like, screw it. We're already super over budget.
Yes, we already get, whatever. We may as well.
What's another bonus going toward the wedding? Who cares?
Yeah, we decided not to have a cake.
Yeah, no cake.
Yeah, we did have a cake dessert though, but we didn't have an actual cake.
Yeah, I guess you call it a cake, but yeah. We didn't do the whole like cut the cake and put it in each other's faces and all that stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we decided not to do really any of those traditions.
We didn't do any of that, so.
We didn't have speeches. We had speeches the night before to let everybody get that out.
Yeah, we didn't do any of the traditional way stuff. No getting the garter from her leg, no throwing the garter, no throwing the bouquet, no cake, because we're just not traditional people. Yeah. And so we wanted the wedding we wanted, and we didn't care about any of that stuff. And we had experienced people talking crazy at people's weddings, like
where
family,
you gotta, like,
friends, get the mic, and the drinking. So our bright idea, which I still think was a great idea, was we told people, listen, the night of the white party, tonight is your night. If you have something you want to say it tonight, because I promise you there will be no mic tomorrow. And there wasn't. And of course, people said some great things the night of the white party. People said some questionable things.
Yes.
You'd rather have it the day before your wedding than at your wedding.
Yes,
believe me.
that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
It's another little nugget for y'all. People talk crazy at weddings.
Yes, they can.
I didn't think y'all make it. Like, what? Nobody said that at ours, but I'm just saying.
It's like, what?
People say crazy things.
They do. Or I hated, when I met you, when I met so-and-so, I hated them more.
When I met his wife, I thought,
and
this
I
will
still
never
do.
work.
We'll see. We'll see. Good luck.
Yeah, people
or
say
the first wife was, all types of things.
People bring up exes. It gets crazy.
Yeah,
we don't want any of that kind of talk.
None of
we
that
didn't
energy.
want it.
We wanted the vibe.
Yeah,
about the vibe.
If anybody's talking our wedding night, it's going to be us. Nobody else needs to say anything.
Yes, and that's what happened.
That is what happened.
Yeah, we did. What we did do was we had a churro cart.
We did. That was another little extra.
We did. We added that. So instead of doing like the cake tasting or anything like that, we did have the.
Okay, go ahead. Just finish your thought. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that was the dessert that we did.
No, we had a dessert.
We had the Alojas, yeah.
Yeah.
But we just kind of added that. I mean, in my mind, it was kind of like something to have and to do, and they were. So that wasn't like a replacement to you?
For the cake?
Yeah.
I felt like the cake, the
dessert.
The dessert was that.
Oh, I guess. So okay. Well, yeah.
She's us being extra. We do extra things.
And speaking of,
she said you want a churro cart. We were like, yeah.
No, I asked for a churro cart.
I don't know if that's true.
That is true.
Okay. All right.
Bride friends, I had to jump on because I'm sitting here editing this and cracking up at myself because I'm so ridiculous. So, as it turns out, I am absolutely positively wrong. And what I said was definitely not true. I wanted a churro cart. No. See, I'm still saying it. I wanted churros, and I told Joyce, and Joyce said, hey, I've got a guy who actually will come. There's a churro cart. So my husband is absolutely positively right. I am sorry. I have to apologize to my husband because you guys, it gets funnier. So I have to just jump on real quick, but I'm ridiculous. Check out my husband's face because this is where he gets the gold stars for being my hubby. Love you, Che. Love you, Joyce. So sorry. My bad. I am so wrong. So, okay, that's all. I just have to laugh because I was so sure of myself with all of the attitude. So, keep going.
Joyce, if you're watching this, please back me up on that one.
Joyce
didn't offer that. That was one of my many Pinterest finds and things that existed. And she did say she knew someone and she could do it, and she got him.
No disrespect.
But I wanted churros, and she said, "Yeah, we could do the churro.
We could do that easy," and it was very inexpensive.
It was inexpensive.
Yeah,
that was definitely expensive.
Yeah.
And another addition that we did.
We knew we wanted to have a midnight meal off top.
We did. And our package came with the midnight meal.
And we said, yeah, we don't want that. We paid for it, but we don't want your midnight meal. Because it was all like stuff like I think that they would think Americans would want. So it was like pizza and burgers. And we were like, man, we don't want that. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of friends with a lot of flavor, a lot of culture. We got friends from the Caribbean. And we wanted jerk chicken. And there's a fantastic jerk chicken spot in Playa called Farron's Chicken. And this is one of those things where never hurts to ask, right?
It's a small spot, yeah.
It's a small spot, and we asked Joyce, you think that they would do like our midnight meal for us? And she said, I can ask.
Yeah.
And she asked, and they'd never done anything like that before, but they were really happy to be asked. And when I'm telling y'all, they came through.
They did.
Came through. They took extra special care.
Yeah, because what it was because they hadn't done it before, they said, like, well, we don't know how do we even go about doing it? So we were like, all right, we're just going to look at their menu, see, like, you know, basically we got, like, little meals. We basically said, charge us for 30 meals, little mini meals or something like that. And we were expecting it to almost come in a buffet type way. We didn't really know how it was going to come. And what they did was they packaged it into individual little styrofoams with little stickers with our name and our wedding date, and they just came with it, and our guests were crazy surprised and so excited about it.
Yeah.
And that's
sorry.
What? No, what?
I was gonna say the owners are a couple, so
Yes.
the guys from Jamaica, and they personally delivered it
They
as
did,
well, and
yeah.
they came to thank us for doing business with them, and we were like, thanking us, like,
Thank y'all.
y'all set it off, because our guests to this day talk about that jerk chicken, because it's a long night, you know.
Yeah.
I think our wedding was supposed to start at like 5:30, and shuttles didn't leave our venue, I want to say, till 1:30.
Yeah, so the actual, what I did, I looked at our thing, and the next, you're good, this is good. That means I did this the right way. That's what this means. Because the next thing is the shuttle left at 4:30, and it was to pick us up at 1:30. So we had them for 9 hours.
Right, but the wedding was supposed to start at 5:30, right?
Right, but we had our guests from
Right,
4:30.
so we had them hostage from 4:30 to 1:30, and we knew we wanted to have a midnight meal to keep the party going. And that jerk chicken show, the churros, they were kind of cool on. They were like, it's all right.
It's cool, yeah.
It's cool. That jerk chicken, though?
Yeah.
And there was plenty. Like, we had ordered, as we tend to do, we sort of ordered. Like, we ordered more than we would need.
Right.
And like Omi said, they broke it down, packaged it, and people smashed.
Yeah, definitely. And then another thing, because the restaurant tends to close at like 9 or 8 or something like that, so it was a thing, and they actually agreed because it was a midnight meal.
What are you talking about?
Back to Farron's.
The restaurant. Oh, Farron's closed?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Farron's
was
closed
way
really
after.
early. So yeah, we wanted it by midnight.
Yeah.
And they agreed to, like, they really did a lot for us, and it was great.
Yeah.
That's another great thing to have a local planner, because before we even asked could they do it, we asked, like, have you heard of Farron's? And Joyce was like, oh yes, like,
yeah, she was like,
yes, they are bomb.
Yeah.
And we had never had them before. We just saw really great things, and we enjoy, enjoy Jamaican, we enjoy Caribbean food in general. We have our friends who do, and we didn't get to have the wedding in Jamaica that he wanted, so we were able to really literally have Jamaican food in Mexico, and it was a great addition.
And it really surprised our guests, because the whole weekend was about
Mexico.
being authentic to Mexico, which we really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then we just surprised them with some jerk
At the very end, Lowell.
at the very end. And listen, again, if you're going to have a party like we had, I would advise a midnight meal, because people drink, man. And we had an open bar from the time people showed up and got their welcome cocktails until the place shut down.
Yes.
And people were drinking, and they were drinking before our wedding. Our wedding went until 5:30, so they're on the all-inclusive resort drinking. So your guests are going to need some food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feed
If you
them.
got guests like ours who like to party.
Yes, feed them.
Feed them.
And so that was our wedding, basically.
That's it?
That's not the end, but that's the end of the wedding. So yes. All right. So we talked about how alone time is hard to come by. And we only ate room service during our stay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
There was so much going on that we had no time for dinner at restaurants.
Secrets has like 7 or 8 restaurants that we thoroughly enjoyed our first stay.
We did.
4 years
we
before.
really did. We really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think they have like a hibachi spot, and the normal all-inclusive stuff, an Italian spot, this or that, steakhouse, and all we had was quesadillas pretty much every night for dinner, because we were just, I don't want to make it sound like it was bad, because we thoroughly enjoyed every moment. The reality it was, by the end of every night leading up to the wedding, we were just tired.
Yes.
And we just would rather lay next to each other,
Eat
sit in the bed and eat some quesadillas and then go to sleep and get ready for the next day.
Yeah, the quesadillas were good though.
Yeah. Facts.
And we didn't see our guests too often either. That was another part of it. Well, and this is a me thing.
You
probably.
didn't. Yeah.
That's a me thing.
I did. I definitely did.
Yeah.
You were doing other things like the day of the meet and greet, you were off with Ivory getting makeup done. And the day of the white party, you went to Playa with Ivory to check in.
Right.
And the wedding day, you weren't there. You were in Playa. So
that was me not seeing
you
people
didn't see guests a lot. I saw guests a lot.
You saw guests a lot.
Yeah. And I was happy to see guests. Omi was the star. Let's be clear. Everybody wanted to be with Omi, take pictures with Omi. I felt bad for her at one point because people just wanted to take a shot with me, but they wanted to really.
You want a picture with the bride.
They wanted a picture.
The bride. You want to be with the bride.
Yes, yeah. and I love that because Omi, she's very transparent about a lot of things, and so I know she wouldn't mind me saying, but this was like a first for Omi. Like Omi being the center of attention, like this was her thing, and she didn't have like. Those moments that a lot of people have. Yeah. And so it was like we didn't set it up for people to respond to it like that.
Yeah.
But people just sort of naturally wanted to hang out with her and take pictures with her and talk with her. And I was very happy that that's how people approached it because I felt like she deserved that. She deserved that look and that love. Aww. And, she was very beautiful. She was very put together. She had the outfit ping pow ping, you know what I mean, every night, and people wanted to be with her, and lots of pictures. She did a lot of this.
All of this smiles. It was a lot of the super. Yeah. I smile a lot, as y'all know, but I have a super cheesy smile too. Like when I'm really excited, it's like it's extra. I don't know how much you can see that one, but I'll zoom into that. Yeah, dimples and my eyes squint. And I definitely, by Friday, my cheeks were hurting. Like, it was the whole thing.
Yeah.
But in a great way. It was awesome.
In a great way.
And got really great photos out of it, honestly.
Yeah. So she didn't see the guests a lot because she was running around and doing important bride things. Yeah. I was kind of there more to, talk to people and make sure everybody was good. And everybody was good. Listen, they didn't need us. We have friends, I think at least 2 friends jumped in the pool with their phone.
Yes. Through all caution into the wind. Just said, hey.
Just having a good time. Wasn't intentional, but they were just in the moment.
Yeah, who needs this? Who cares? Just jump in.
Oh, you making it sound like you did it on purpose. They didn't
they weren't thinking it. They just no, they didn't say I have my phone and let me jump in.
Yeah.
They
just having a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes. And the only additions that I have are we talked about it. We had a bachelor/bachelorette party in Atlanta.
Yes. That
you surprised me with.
I did. For all, again, DESTI grooms and brides. Sprinkle some surprises throughout the process for your partner. Because it's a once in a lifetime, period in your life, hopefully, of you being engaged and getting married. And so, yeah, again, in the vein of wanting my wife to be celebrated because she deserves to be celebrated. She's so, humble and cool. She didn't want to ask people to do something additional for our wedding. We already felt like we were doing a lot. And she didn't want to ask people to do another thing to celebrate her. And so without her knowing, I reached out to like a core group of folks and I said, hey, if we did this, if we decided to like do a bachelorette, go to Atlanta, do what we do, would y'all come? And they were like, we've been waiting on y'all to ask us that. Yes, we're there. We don't care where y'all go. So once I got the green light for people, from people, we planned it pretty quickly. I think I reached out to people like, January, February, something like that. And they were with it. And it went down April, her birthday weekend in Atlanta.
Yes, it was a surprise. And I did blog about that as well. So
yeah.
I'll drop that link too.
Yeah,
it was
cool.
a huge surprise.
Yeah. That's Omi's stomping grounds right there. So,
yes.
Go to Atlanta. That's Omi's town. She was showing people around and all that.
Yeah, it was a great time. That was fun. And then in the vein of surprises, I sprinkled a little surprise. And
big surprise.
Yeah, extended our trip. So we ended up having our honeymoon as present with a few nights at Sandals in Jamaica. So we couldn't get married in Jamaica, but we did get to honeymoon in Jamaica. Yeah. And we did the overwater bungalows that I just recently talked about. So that was a little sprinkle of surprise there.
Yeah,
and
it was
in
a big
order,
surprise. It was a big surprise.
Okay.
They do work 24/7.
Great.
Unauthorized personnel to come in the premises, you know? It's just a little private, little Bora, you know?
This is beautiful.
It is. Gary built it for you guys.
It was a big surprise.
We weren't going to have a honeymoon.
Right.
We had spent so much on the wedding, and it felt like, you know what, all right, you know, we're cool. We're cooling on it. So
yeah,
she surprised me.
So we'll sprinkle on that, and then we ended up doing a small, like, in order to go from Mexico to Jamaica, you couldn't go straight there, so we spent a night in Miami. Had an amazing night there.
One of the best dinners of our life.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ola. O-L-A.
Yes.
Ola in Miami.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out. And if Rachel still works there.
Oh, you remember her name? Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. Fire. Yeah, definitely. And then we went to Jamaica and had a great time there.
We did.
And that is our wedding. So
it only took 2.5 hours, y'all.
Okay, so would you have changed a thing?
Yes. I guess I would have changed some things. Are you kidding me? But 90% of it would have stayed the same. Like, I probably wouldn't have invited a couple people. There's no probably. I wouldn't have. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
That's accurate.
I would have taken one big group photo the night of our wedding. We didn't do that.
We did not. That is one photo that we really wish we had. Yeah.
But outside of those, like, couple of things, like, no, our wedding was, as Omi likes to say, perfect for us. It was everything we wanted it to be. We had no negative feelings about it when we were in Jamaica reflecting on it. At the end of the day, we accomplished what we set out to accomplish. We wanted to create an experience for our friends and our family. We wanted them to we wanted to create a vibe, and we wanted it to be really clear. And I'll say there were so many great moments in our wedding, but for me the best moment was our actual ceremony, because Omi and I decided, of course, because we're not traditional, we didn't do like traditional vows, and we sort of took a moment and said we wanted to just speak to one another and say something to one another, and we did that separately. And when it came together the day of the wedding, we read our things to each other, and people thought we wrote them together because we were talking about our relationship and our love, and it was very genuine and it was very real and
so in sync.
Very much in sync.
Yeah.
And even though everybody who was there had met both of us, not everybody there really knew and understood what our relationship was about. And it was abundantly clear by the end of that ceremony. And we had non-criers, y'all, coming up afterward, just like bawling. Like, you know, we had people who were like, damn, like, I knew that y'all were friends for a long time and all of that, but I didn't know that y'all really were like, that's what type of time y'all want. Y'all had that kind of love. So that was my favorite thing, and that was like the most important thing to me. I feel like people walked away from that weekend not just knowing like our taste and how we like to vacation and how we like to party and all that. That's cool. And a lot of people knew that anyway because we like to host, and, you know. But people walked away really understanding who are Doug and Omi, like who are Che and Omi, what makes that tick, what makes that work, what makes that special. And we accomplished that. And everything else was really just icing on the cake. Everything else, the fact that our guests had a ball, the fact that they felt cared for, the fact that they felt loved was just a bonus. What's really important is they walked away understanding like that this is legit and there's a lot of love between the two of us, and they felt that. I felt like they felt that. You agree?
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
I'm talking that shit.
No, I'm just keeping it real. You asked me if I change anything, and
I know.
you know.
Aw.
That was the thing. The ceremony was definitely
It. Yeah.
that was it, man. That's what it was all about. That's what the people came there for. It was to watch us get married, and that's what they did.
Yeah. Oh, we did that.
We did. $50,000 later, y'all. We did
You gonna do it again?
No.
Yes.
But yeah.
5 year. 10 year.
Yeah, 5 years like next year.
Okay.
But yeah,
10 year.
all of our guests want us to do something again on our 10-year anniversary. They would do it tomorrow if we wanted to, but maybe we'll do something. I don't know. Who knows what's happening in life at that time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who knows? Aw.
But that's our wedding, y'all. It was dope. It was beautiful. It was love.
It was love.
It was everything. It was love, man. If you didn't take anything else away from that, it was love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I said it before, but this week is a big milestone, and I wish we had a bottle because we would be popping it right now.
Wow.
It's also Valentine's, the ending of Valentine's weekend.
It is.
And you're my forever Valentine.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So we did pop a bottle already to celebrate.
We did.
We've had enough of the bottles technically.
Yeah.
But as you guys know, I blogged, or you may not know if you're new, welcome. But I blogged for 200 days. This originally started, like the DESTI Guide to Destination Weddings, used to be called the Bride Friends Guide to Destination Weddings. And before that, it was just a little blog, Black Desti, Black Destination Bride, and I blogged for 200 days. I decided to do that and didn't know what I was signing myself up for. And this man here, my number one fan, as you called yourself, as you are, pulled me along and made sure that I did that, and I really finished it. You made sure that I had my post when I was supposed to post, that I communicated when I wasn't able to, and all of the things. And I really appreciate you for that. I also, like I said, I started it, and then I grew to the podcast, and you encouraged me to do that. And you made it to where I could have the podcast, and I was ridiculously terrified of doing this. And this month marks, like I said, 4 years of me being absolutely terrified to push record on the very first introductory podcast episode. And you came home, and I was scared, and you sat with me in this same living room, and you said, you can do this, and we're going to do this. Yeah. And I'm going to sit with you, and we're going to push record, and we're going to do this. And now, 4 years later,
yes,
I've got all of the episodes. I've evolved into what I've evolved into. We've evolved into what we've evolved into.
Right.
And it's my honor to have you on to talk about this. And I truly appreciate you for everything. You're an amazing husband. But Desti would not be Desti without you.
Oh, well. Shout out to me.
So thank you. No, but seriously, thank you very much. I love you so very much. And it's just so cool that we were able to this just came full circle to be able to do this. So
yes, well, it's my pleasure to have a front row seat at you creating this amazing company and doing everything you do to help people. And I know they appreciate it because they talk about it all the time. And however many parts this is in, if this is part 8, whatever, it's all good. But it's dope. And again, like, it's real, that this all started because we were trying to put together like the wedding of our dreams with very little help. And Omi didn't want other people to go through that. So even though our wedding was super dope, it was because we did a lot of research and due diligence on our own.
Yes.
And, the game should be for free, man.
Yes. So yes, it is. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That's that.
Yes. Better end this thing before I think of something else to talk about, because I will. End it. Wrap it up.
What does a bride friend mean to you?
You want to ask?
I ask everybody that. What's your definition of a bride friend?
Probably what a bridesmaid should be, or something like that. What a groomsman is supposed to be. It's just, I think the concept of a bride friend is that person who's really there to provide like that selfless love and support as you're on your journey, your bride or groom journey. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think what your business has taught is that those people don't have to be guests at your wedding to be bride friends. You could be a bride friend just because you got married in Riviera Maya and she got married in Riviera Maya, and hey, I'm gonna give you some game, or we stayed at the same resort, let me tell you about that. That could be a bride friend. So it's really just anybody out there who's providing love and support as you're on your wedding journey, which is a special journey. Should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's a bride friend in my opinion.
You're accurate.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Okay, good.
Well, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Any parting words?
Parting words? No. As Omi says all the time, have the time of your life, man. Like, really, this is a special thing. We tell this to people all the time. Like, don't let this period of time in your life just fly by and you're just stressed. And we've heard people literally say, man, I can't wait until this wedding is over with. And we did not want that to be us.
Nope.
And so do not be afraid to take full control, to be selfish in this process. Somebody said to us, I feel like having a destination wedding is selfish. And we said, we agree. Yeah, we're not debating that. It ain't about you. It's about us. And so don't be afraid to make it about you, because it's your wedding and it's your relationship and it's your love and it's your story to tell. So take full creative control over that. Nobody told us what to do. Boom.
And what's my parting phrase?
Your parting phrase is something like. I don't know.
I say the exact same thing, and I've been saying it.
Have the time of your life, planning the best days of your life. Yeah.
Let's say it and do it like I do it.
I'm not doing it because you do a kiss and all
Come
that.
on. Okay, don't let me. Come on.
Nope, you got it.
Okay, at least say it.
Sure thing.
Okay, say it.
All right, okay.
Say it again.
I'll say it with you. She got shy now. On this camera every week.
So, I will see you next week. I thank my husband for joining me.
My pleasure.
I thank you for watching and for listening.
All this time.
And until next time, as usual, we are wishing you all the best week of your life, and reminding you to have the time of your life
while planning the best days of your life.
Bye.